So you're thinking about purchasing a brand new house in Viera, Florida. Today, I am going to go over every single community that is building brand new homes in Viera because I have a ton of videos out there on Viera and Viera builders and Webb, but I just realized I don't have them all in one video. And I understand when you're moving here, and maybe you've never heard of the area before and you're just being introduced to it, it can be confusing to be like, okay, what do I need to look for on YouTube? So I'm hoping this video is going to help put it all in one place for you and can help you figure out what community works best for you. So first I'm going to go over some vocabulary with you because I'm going to be referencing this a lot throughout this video. Okay, first off is inventory home versus from the dirt home or to be built home. An inventory home, what it is basically, these builders, they understand that some people cannot wait a full 12 months or 14 months sometimes to build their home. So they'll actually start what's called speccing out a home. They'll pick the designs and so forth for that home, and they'll pick designated lots to build these spec or inventory homes on. These are homes that are going to be ready either sooner or they are already built and ready to just be purchased. And then to be built or from the dirt is a home that you get to pick the lot, pick the floor plan you want to put on it, as long as the same floor plan isn't right next to it, and you get to essentially put some design factors into the home. Now, there's only 2 communities in this list that are fully custom. The rest are semi-custom, but essentially you can pick out design choices like the flooring, the color of the walls, the countertops, the cabinets, and there's different levels of quality and stuff like that. And then there are some structural options in these as well. Like some you can expand the garage, some you can close up a flex room, some you can add another room or add another loft or second story. So stuff like that, but you can't necessarily with some of these builders go, hey, I want to redesign this whole house and move walls. So you can't do that with some of these. So I'm going to go through all the communities and what builders are in there, and we're going to get started right now. So I'm starting from North Viera. So first we're going to be starting off with a custom community. So this is actually the highest priced community in Viera. So don't get discouraged. They're not all this high. But the first community is the Adelaide. So Adelaide has a huge lake on it called Lake Adelaide. You can go kayaking on it, fishing in it. It's really beautiful. And essentially these are going to be custom homes. There is about 4 local builders building in this community, and the prices start at about 1.5 million. Some of the lots require you to have a certain square footage on them as well. So these are bigger homes and they are more of the luxury product in Viera. So if you're looking for something custom, something you can design, something luxury, then the Adelaide might be a good fit for you. A lot of these homes can take up to 2 years to build because of the custom aspect of them. So just keep that in mind as well. But the timeline is usually 16 months to 2 years. I don't believe any of the builders have inventory homes there at the moment. Okay, moving down a little bit south is Avalonia. So Avalonia is pretty much closing out at the moment, and this is going to be a community very opposite of the Adelaide. Here in Avalonia, they are going to have the half duplexes, like you share a wall, and the quadplexes. What's available in Avalonia are only inventory homes, and they're only the quadplexes left. So they have 3 different floor plans available left at Avalonia, and these start at about 450,000. I see them as much as 550,000, and you can find 3 to 4 bedrooms in these as well. So they're a great size. They're a little bit less expensive product than the others that Viera builders build. This is a Viera builders product, so they are building in there. They're the inventory home. If this might be of interest to you, then we can definitely pull up the inventory sheet and see what will fit and what design choices are picked out and see if you like them. Avalonia does go to Addison Village Club, which is a amenities center. It's got multiple pools, tennis courts, pickleball courts, a little outdoor gym area. It's got events all the time, food truck events, like just tons of things to do there. So it's really nice, and it's a part of that. One thing I forgot to mention in the beginning that I was supposed to mention is that all of this area of Viera West, where they're building or resale, is all going to be in multiple different HOAs. There's master HOA, there's neighborhood HOA, and there is the community center HOA if they have an amenity center. I'm not going to go into detail about the HOA costs. I have other videos that go into more specifics about these neighborhoods, but just know that these are all on HOA. So if you are not interested in an HOA community, then Viera should be taken off the list because it is definitely an HOA. Okay, next up across from Avalonia is Reeling Park. Reeling Park are courtyard homes. So they are single family homes. They don't share any walls. A lot of people think they are townhomes, but they are separate. They do have 0 lot lines. So they have courtyards in between, and the houses next to them don't have windows looking into the courtyard. So it does feel very private, which is really nice. Reeling Park has 2 different lot sizes. They have 35s and 45s. And essentially they have more of a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom product that a lot of people like because it's great for downsizers or maybe a smaller family. A lot of people really love this product because it's 0 maintenance. The lawn is maintained by Viera. There isn't a lawn, there's the courtyard in between, but the front and back does have some grass that is maintained by the HOA. And in the middle, there's a dog park, there's a playground, there's a great walking trails, and it also belongs to the Addison Village Club. The 45s actually can put pretty large homes on them. They could go up to about 3,200 square feet. We're starting to see a lot of more families, bigger families, who are maybe priced out of like the Laurasia homes, which is another community that we're going to talk about later, that want that square footage, but maybe the price is too high in some other communities that are starting to really like Reeling Park, especially because it's so close to the amenities center. I get a lot of questions from families or people interested in this area, if there are kids, if it's like an older community, and to be honest, it's a melting pot in there. So that's a really great aspect of that neighborhood as well. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about Farallon Fields, but real quick, if you're new here, my name is Rachel Langley, and I'm a local real estate agent, and I help people just like you every day purchase both new construction and resale in Viera and the Space Coast for that matter. I was actually there today, and that's where I came up with this idea. Maybe I should make a video kind of recapping all the neighborhoods. I have a lot of people, a lot of new clients just this year that are really interested in Viera because it offers so much. So if you're interested in learning more about Viera or already know Viera is the spot to be, then make sure you reach out because my information is on screen right here. It's in the pinned comment and in the description below. And it's a misconception that if you go directly to the builder, you might get a discount or that you might have to pay a realtor. And essentially all of the builders and communities that I'm mentioning today, they all will compensate me to represent you, but they don't kick it back to you. So make sure to reach out because I work with quite a lot of clients building in Viera and know the ins and outs and everything you need to know. And you're going to want full representation, especially if you're moving here from another state and aren't going to be able to be checking up on your property. Okay, next up is Farallon Fields. This is the second newest community that Viera Builders has. This community is very similar to Pangea Park, which was the community prior to this. And this has a mix of lot sizes in different size homes. So it has currently released the 45s. So they do have pretty good sized homes in the higher 2,000s, possibly even hitting over 3,000 square feet, but it's on a skinnier lot. So we have a lot more 2 stories, 2-car garages, or thinner houses than wider. Just keep that in mind. These are great for any type of person. They also have released what's called behind the gate. So they have a gated area in this community and they have a non-gated area. And just to recap, Adelaide is gated, Avalonia is not gated, Reeling Park is not gated, Farallon Fields is half gated. Reeling Park has released recently, about a month ago, the Randon collection, which are on 60-foot wide lots. Essentially, these are bigger sized homes or more of the luxury product that Viera offers, similar to Laurasia sized homes, which we're going to go over that neighborhood. These are bigger homes and they start at about $770, $800, $850. Obviously, with design choices, you could probably get up to $1 million. And they're pretty much going to be releasing 55-foot wide lots, 65, 75-foot wide lots. So there's a lot of variety of different sizes going to be released in Farallon Fields. I think this is a great community. It's a bigger community, so there's going to be a lot lot of nice walkability. And there's also a golf cart sidewalk. If you didn't know this already, Viera West, you can go anywhere in a golf cart. So they cater a lot of sidewalks to fit golf carts. But for the Farallon Fields, they have an underground bridge that goes over Pangea, which is more of a busier road. So you don't have to cross on your golf cart on Pangea. You can go underneath, and it's really great. And you can get to the schools or other neighborhoods or walking trails. So it's really cool that it has that. And it's also really close to the new Montessori school called Courtyard School. Farallon Fields is really great, and they're going to have a nice little amenity center there. Not as big as Addison, but there will be a pool and probably a tot lot and so forth. That's a great neighborhood to keep an eye out on, depending if they have released the lot sizes you want. It's a great neighborhood. Okay, next up is Crossmolina. Now, there's going to be a lot fee unless it's standard. So sometimes they have standard, which are $0 along what's called a berm, and that means that they have a little hill and then a street in back. So those a lot of times are priced very low or for $0. They know that some people are going to want more water views and they can up price. Unless it's a standard lot, you're probably going to be paying for a lot. I've seen lot prices anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000. So keep that in mind. And then there are options. So there's structural options like closing up a flex space or adding doors or pocket doors, stuff like that you initially add. And you can add impact windows throughout the house. That's an up price. So that's an option. And then you're also going to go to a design center, and there are some things that are standard, but for the most part, people spend about 10 to 15% of that purchase price on design options like the type of countertops, quartz, granite, flooring. Are you going to add tile into the bedrooms, depending on if that's already standard or not? The more luxury product homes already have tile in most areas versus others. Just something to understand that when you see these prices online. For me, I'm saying more starting at $550. That's including lot and what people usually spend on options. So I have a more accurate price range for you. Okay, Crossmolina. That one's been really busy. I have about 6 people under contract right now building their homes in Crossmolina. They have really great products. They have a 45 lot and a 55-foot lot in Crossmolina, and it's just sold really quickly. There's still lots available though, so don't panic. Unless you're watching this in 2026, then there's not lots probably. But Crossmolina is similar to Pangea, but smaller. It's in the same general area, close to the Costco, more southwest Viera. They're going to have a community pool, tot lot, a little amenity center right there. It's been a very popular neighborhood so far. Okay, next up, Crossmolina is Webb at Viera. Webb at Viera is built by Pulte. All of the other Crossmolina, Farallon Fields are built by Viera builders. Any of the 55 plus communities in Viera were not built by Viera builders. So right now, Pulte is building Webb. Webb is a very popular product amongst the 55 active lifestyle community. It's very well known throughout the United States. They just offer really great amenities and activities that people really love. And so essentially it's 55 plus. They have a lifestyle coordinator. They're going to have, it's not built yet, I think it's supposed to be finished at the end of this year, a really beautiful state-of-the-art amenity center. Everyone's super excited about it. There's going to be a dog park, there's tennis courts. Right now there is a little amenity center with a little gym and activities for everyone living there currently. It's a 55 plus community. It starts at, they have villa homes that are probably starting at about $375, and then usually the single family homes are about $450 plus. Most people are spending about $550,000 in that range in Webb, and there are HOA fees attached to those as well. Now, there also is some CDD fees as well. Those CDD fees are going to be attached to the most newest communities. That includes Crossmolina, Farallon Fields, Webb so far. This CDD fee is a 30-year bond attached to your tax bill, and it's anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the community. You might not even really notice it because Viera itself is in an unincorporated area of Brevard, so the taxes are already pretty low in this area. So when you add the CDD fee, it's almost like paying like a city or town tax. Especially if you're coming from somewhere with really high taxes, you're probably not going to feel that much difference in the tax bill with these CDD fees. But yes, they only are on the most newest developed neighborhoods. Avalonia and Reeling Park have been around for a couple of years, and the CDD fees were not attached to the previous neighborhoods. So those do not exist there. Okay, next up is Laurasia. So Laurasia is just south of Crossmolina, in between Crossmolina and Pangea Park. And Laurasia is also a pretty popular community. It's going to be building out for probably the next 2 years because it's pretty big. It has some really great walking trails, and it's a gated community. It's built by Viera builders. It used to be more semi-custom, but they were noticing that it would be taking about a year and a half to 2 years to build these semi-custom homes. So they rolled it back to more of their original floor plans with just certain options that you can change that they offer you. But this is more of their higher standard product. Certain things that normally come standard in maybe Crossmolina and Farallon fields are upgraded in Laurasia already. For example, the 8-foot tall doorways. There are taller ceilings in there than the other products in Crossmolina and Farallon fields. So for example, they have 8-foot doorways, which is an upgrade in those other communities. It's standard in Laurasia. They have taller baseboards, which again, same thing. So it's a little bit more of an upgraded product. They're bigger homes starting at in Laurasia, and some of the collections only include a barrel tile roof, and the other collection is all tile asphalt roof. This is a really great community. It does start a lot higher than Crossmolina and Farallon fields. It starts at about $800,000. I have definitely seen people in the $1 million mark in this community. There's definitely larger homes, like 4,000 square feet homes in there. So I have seen people spending more in this neighborhood. Okay, next up is Pangea Park. Pangea Park, I feel like they literally just released it yesterday. It's probably been about 2 years maybe when they released it, and it sold very fast. So the single family homes are pretty much sold out. There's one inventory home currently, might be sold by the time this video is released. So don't count on it. Sometimes in these neighborhoods, they will have canceled. Maybe someone lost their job or relocation and they have to cancel the contract. If you do cancel contract at so late in the stage, you do lose your deposit. Just be aware of that. It's not necessarily something that's super easy or something to swallow as a buyer, but essentially sometimes they have these canceled ones where ones pop up. But for the most part, single family homes in Pangea are all sold out. All the lots are sold out. I have a few people building in there, some beautiful homes that we're excited to see close in the next couple of months. But what is left are the villas. The same floor plans that were in Avalonia, maybe changed slightly, but they are located in Pangea Park. You can build half duplex in Pangea Park, and you can also build the quadplexes as well. So there are those options, and those are more either starter homes or empty nester homes. There are those options as well. And then last but not least is Aripeka. So we started with a custom neighborhood and we are ending with a custom neighborhood. So the last one, similar, they are being built by custom local builders, CDS builders, Jewel Stanley builders are all in there. And these homes start at about 1.2 million. This neighborhood really concentrated on keeping original oak trees and palms in that neighborhood. So you'll see a lot of the homes are built around certain trees, which is really cool. So they preserved a lot of the natural trees there, so you don't have to necessarily wait for trees to grow like the other neighborhoods for them to fill out. But Aripeka is a great neighborhood. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet. It starts at about 1.2 million. I'm seeing a lot like 1.5 to 2 million in there. And yeah, you can custom build a home in there. Essentially, it's that same timeline, 16 months to 2 years for it to fully be finished. And they have some beautiful homes in there and some really great views. Something to consider as well if you're thinking about building custom. That might be a great option. All right, that is all I have for you today for all of the communities in Viera where you can get a brand new home. No one's lived in it before. So if you have outstanding questions or are you ready to start the process and figure out which neighborhood works best for you, definitely give me a call, text me, email me. My information is on the screen right here. It's in the pinned comment and in the description because I got your back when it comes to purchasing new construction or resales in the area. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a and subscribe so YouTube knows to notify you when new videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rachel Langley, and I'll see you on the next one.